so we can see my screen. I'm going to share my screen so we can see my screen. I don't know. Okay. Entire screen. All right. I want to believe we can see my screen now. I want to believe we can see my screen. If I'm correct. Can we see my screen? I don't know, probably it's my network, but alright, probably my network. So somebody wants to try. Alright, so basically this is what I used to design. Photoshop. I think this is Photoshop 2021. There are more out there for you to use for yourself. And this is Adobe AI. Basically we use Adobe AI. You can use it for any. Alright, so basically these are I have Adobe Illustrator for 2023, and I have, I think, Adobe Premiere Pro for 2022. That's for video editing. If you want to edit videos, you can use any of all these things. So cutting across for graphic design, you should be able to do any of all this one. You should be able to use all this application, all this software for yourself. Using all this one gives you like a total package of what anybody or any company basically is looking for. So for today we'll be using our Photoshop, and I'll be explaining something. So basically this is the interface, or this is the interface of Photoshop, and I want to believe we are familiar with it already, because I know in your previous classes with the other tutor, he has shown you this interface. It might probably not be the same as this, but he has shown you. So if you want to create any design, you click on create new, then it's going to give you an option for you to select the size of your image that you'll be designing on, like your worksheet. And what I do basically is I use 1080 pixel for the width and the height. And for every design you probably be making, I'm sure we know what resolution is. Resolution is how your picture or your design comes out, like the quality of the design. You notice most times that when you take, for example, WhatsApp, if you take a picture on probably any phone, you notice the quality of the picture is okay. But once you upload it on your WhatsApp status or you send it to somebody and you don't click HD, WhatsApp reduces the quality. Why? Because the resolution WhatsApp is giving you will diminish the actual resolution of the image itself. And that's why one will be sharper than the other. So you want to make your design come out in a very, very good way with a very, very high quality, high resolution. So even if I zoom in your design, it's still going to maintain the same quality without being blurred or anything. So you want to keep a resolution at a minimum of 300, at a minimum of 300, and you can go as high as you want, but at a minimum it should not be less than 300, because going below that will reduce the quality of your design. So I'm used to using 400 resolution for all my designs. This is it here for all my designs, 400, and it's going to be in pixel. I use pixel for any design I want to make, and your color mode must always be in RGB, please, not in CMYK or whatever. It has to be in what is it called, RGB. And for the color, it has to be on 8-bit. You can use any of all these things. The higher this one, the higher the bit, the higher the size of the image. So if I choose 16 bits, then my design, the megabytes or the size of my picture will be very very high. If my 8 bits is probably going to be 1 point something gig, I'll be megabytes once I'm done with what I'm doing. If I change it to 16 bits, it has to be probably times 2 or times 5 of what I'm designing. Now correlating with my resolution, it might be giving me something of 5 MB, 6 MB, because you're trying to increase the quality of your design. Then when you go to 32 bits, you know it has to be even more higher. It's going to give you a more quality um, picture or design. So you probably only want to use 32 bits for if you want to probably design something you're going to print for probably a banner or whatever, anything bigger than just normal WhatsApp or IG you want to post on IG. So you stick to your 8 bit, then that's basically all. Then you create. So once you create, it gives you your workspace, and this is basically Photoshop interface for you. This is basically Photoshop interface for you. It looks um it looks complex for now, but once you dive into it and you start exploring all these things, then you will see it's just nothing. It's just nothing. I started designing with a very very stupid app back then in school in 2015. A very very stupid app that once you're done designing, it gives your design border. What I mean by border is that if where's my rectangle? If you design anything, the app I was using or the software I was using then in 2015 will give my designs border. So all those white spaces in this my design and this my workspace is the border the design will give you. So your design will actually be inside this orange space. So it shrinks it and gives it a stupid border. But at the end of the day, you just have to keep designing and learning and using that until I got used to Photoshop. I tried CorelDRAW, but I was not used to it because most times some of you might be good with CorelDRAW, some of you might be good with Photoshop. It depends on which one you find easy, and I can bet you 90% that a lot of you will find Photoshop easy, more easier than CorelDRAW. It's very very difficult to see a graphic designer at this age still using CorelDRAW. Very very difficult. It's probably one in 10 you're still using CorelDRAW. So Photoshop is basically what most of us use to design because it gives us varieties of options. I'm going to undo that. So basically here we have the move tool. As you can see, Photoshop helps to explain all those things you probably want. This is a move tool, and if you want to select, you can see we have move to artboard tool. The next one is rectangular mask. Maybe you just want to pick something out and not a rectangle, you just want to pick a particular section out. It's something like that. You pick it and you put it in another place, but it's so difficult, or it's not something you will use regularly because it's basically not important. We have selection tool here, the lasso tool. We have more polygon, lasso tool, magnetic, but you will tend to use almost everything. And the use of this particular tool here is for you to cut in through image. Let me try to find an image and let me see. Let me look for an image. I want to look for an image for us to see if you can explain what I'm trying to say. So if you're connected to the internet, let me pick from my okay. So you want to load image, open. You look for where your images are. I'm going to probably okay pictures. Alright, let's use this. Alright, so this particular tool here is called a selection tool. A selection tool. Now, most times you might want to pick, most times you might have designs that we tell you to like pick out this image and remove the background. Remove the background. So most times the background might be something difficult, tedious, that you might not be able to remove, regardless of how you probably want to do it. So these tools here are the ones that will probably help you pick. I can select this place, and it's going, you see the way I'm doing it, but you don't have to remove your hand. Once you remove your hand, it's going to select a wrong place. So the selection tool for this particular one is called lasso tool. As you can see, lasso tool. You just need to pick a particular area that you want, yeah, and you can either cut it by, you know how to cut. Control X will cut something out, undo, Control Z. So this lasso tool will help you pick probably whatever you want to pick. So if this image is something at the background, you just have to like trace it as much as you can till you probably get whatever you want to pick out, because most times some of your designs will require you to cut pictures out of their backgrounds. Or maybe you want to design a birthday design for somebody, and the person gives you what's it called, a picture that a lot of people are in the back of the picture. So they are going to use this particular lasso tool to what's it called, cut it out. They'll now go to the next place you want to place it, then paste it there like that. The background is off. That is the lasso tool for you. You cut, you select what you want to cut, and you paste it somewhere else. So that is the job of the lasso tool. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying. Then we have the polygon lasso tool. That one is, you don't need to hold your, what's it called, when I was using the first one, I had to put my hand on the, what's it called, the left part of my mouse to hold down, then start selecting. But for lasso tool, you just need to click a particular place, then click on, you left click, then go to the next place, left click. It's going to help you pinpoint all those areas like that till you go back to the beginning of your selection. Then it picks it out for you, then you can cut it out depending on probably whatever you want to do. But you won't, in most cases you won't use this one, but practice makes perfect. Once you are using all these things, you will get better like that. We have the magic wand tool. Now this magic wand tool, I'm going to have to go back. This on the right hand side, you can see I'm on history. Maybe I want to go back, you want to go back to the designs you've made, you want to undo, so I can go back and undo what I've done previously, and I'm here. So now this one is also a selection tool, but it's a different one from the other one. This is a magic wand tool. Magic wand tool is a selection tool. You don't need to hold anything. All you just need to do is place the icon on your image and just tap. It is going to help you automatically select what you want to select. You can see that, let me do it again. You can see that the moment I chose it from this place, yes, magic wand tool, then I brought it on my image and I just tap, I left click, then it selected the image away from the background already. So in this case, once you've made sure that you've selected everything you probably want on your image, you just right click, then you see select inverse. Selecting inverse is that it's going to now pick only the image. If you notice, the selection this one is doing here is that it is picking the square, also the square here, or this square, it's picking everything. And if I cut this image, it's not going to make any sense. Look at, that's taking out the background for me already. But this is not what I want to do. I'm not saving the picture. So you can do it this way and save the picture again on your laptop, then I'll bring the image and paste it wherever you want to paste it. But this one, I want to use it immediately on my design. So let me undo that. The moment you see something like this, you right click and you click select inverse. Once you do that, it's going to pick only the image. So now I can now either cut or copy depending on what you want to do. And I come back to my image, let me hide this layer and paste it. As you can see, it is there. So I've removed my image from the background and I've made it only. So now you can now use this picture for whatever I want to do without being disturbed by any background or anything. So that's that about the selection tool. So you can explore that for yourself and use it. And this is, crop. We all have crop tool on our phones. You probably crop your pictures and everything. You have more options also, but you will hardly use all those ones. But once you are on the interface, it's so easy. We have frame tool. Maybe I just want to pick something like this. It's going to help you frame it. That is the only thing that it's going to help you pick out of all the image and not like that. This is mostly used by people that probably do frames or something like that, but you are going to hardly use all these ones. But there are a series of tools here. Healing tool. Most times you want to delete something without taking away the background, the previous background. It takes practice and being a pro to use this one. It's like taking something out of the background and still keeping the background intact. Like moving this whole picture here and you still be seeing the background there. So it takes a lot of practice for that one, because you need to resize some things here, the size, the hardness, the spacing and all these things. You need to know what you are doing here. So that one is probably a topic for another day for people that probably want to use it like that. You can see the way I'm doing it. It's going to but the reason it's being black is because I've not used the hardness yet. If I probably want to increase the hardness or the size and reduce the hardness, it's going to change everything. So it depends on what you're using, and it's only selecting the place I've used lasso tool. So it's just like you cloning something, but when we get there I'm going to probably explain. I'm trying to just show you all the tools we have that we can make use of on Photoshop. We have the brush tool. Maybe you just want to paint some parts of your design. Maybe you want to make design by yourself by using brush. You don't want to use text font. We have the clone tool, and you can put something in another place. You can use that clone tool. You just need to click alt and pick what you are selecting, and it's going to put it on another place. We have eraser tool. We have history brush tool. We have paint. You just want to a color on the background, you can see. So that's paint. We have yes, blur. You want to blur your image, you can do that. But I'll show us other options how we can actually do it. Dodge is like giving your image a more brighter and context. If it's been maybe too dark or something, you can use this dodge tool to brighten the image without tampering with the color, the quality or anything. It's going to make you beautify your design or something like that. But it's mostly used on images, especially if you're into photography. You can use what is it called, Photoshop, to edit, to retouch your pictures alongside Lightroom. So for people that probably want to further learn the use of Photoshop, Lightroom, Adobe Illustrator, you get to learn all these things. You have the pen tool. You can use the pen tool to design anything you want to design. And one thing about Photoshop, the advanced one from 2020 downwards have this tool. This is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Give me a minute. Hello. Hello. You just tell them, say if you run them, you give them another time if you run them. Are they class currently like this? If you just tell them anytime when you fix them. Yeah. Alright, can we all hear me? Alright, my apologies, I had a call. So we'll basically continue now. I'm on Photoshop, yes. So those are the tools, the text tool, the part selection tool. This is the port where you get different type of shapes. If you want to use any type of shapes, the hand tool, the zoom tool, basically that is it. So on the right hand side he might have explained all these things to you in the previous class, where you have layers, different type of layers. The more you design, for every design you make, you are creating a layer. If I'm to use text and write something else, just write rubbish, it's going to create a different type of layers for every design, for everything you do. It's going to create layers for you. So that's this place on the right hand side, here, where my mouse is hovering around here. Below there, you've seen all the designs you have been making. You've seen all the designs you have been making, the progress you have been making. You see it there. So in case you want to correct something, you can go back there and see it. So that is the layer. So one thing about Photoshop, it's easy. It's just too easy, regardless of all these things, because you can't use all these things you are saying. So basically now, the next thing I think we need to do is, now I've taught you how to create a new layer or a new workspace, the way we have done here. I'm going to delete all these things so we can have a clean sheet here. I don't know if Canva has opened. Alright, so now there are two ways you can design. There are two ways you can actually design. The first one is you creating the design by yourself from the scratch, like I said on Photoshop. You can do it by yourself on Photoshop. That is you creating design by yourself from the scratch. And there are other ways you can do it that you don't have to distress yourself. All you just need to do is what? All you need to do is just get a template and make your design, and just edit whatever they've done and just save it, and you are already making money with it. And that is the other part I'm going to show us when this page loads. I think my network is a bit bad. It's called Canva. Canva is a platform where you have millions of templates for you to use when it comes to logos, when it comes to flyers, when it comes to CV, when it comes to different brochures, YouTube banner, Instagram banner, and everything like that. You have everything on Canva. You have everything on Canva. It's a bit slow tonight, so in case maybe you're on the learning side, you're still learning, but you still want to make money alongside, and you have a good eye for detail, you have a good eye for good designs, then you can come to Canva, look for a probably nice template that you can probably use to make your design, and do it. So while down is loading, now go back to Photoshop. So this is our workspace now. So you can choose to be a different type of graphic designer. It depends on you, basically. All right, depends on you. It depends on what you want to actually focus on. So you can either be a logo designer. A logo designer is somebody that you are, the only thing you are doing is logo designs, branding of a product. That's what you'll be doing. You create logos, you use any font you use, tell us the type of font you have used, you tell us the color combination. One important thing about graphic design is how well you can combine colors. It is very, very important on how well you can combine colors. So basically, you have Google to your disposal. You can go to Google, type on purple color codes. It's going to give you a lot of color codes. You can save any of those color codes, the picture on your phone, look for orange color codes, different type of colors that you feel you can make use of, you can combine. So once you can combine colors in design, in graphic design, then you're on the right path already. Once you can put colors together, because back then I think, coming from primary school or secondary school, we have been taught these primary colors, secondary colors. For probably most of us that we did fine arts like that, then we should understand colors. Font is another thing also. So in the Photoshop part, when you click on this is text and you click on display, you can see different type of font type that you can use. You can use anyone, depends on how you probably want to beautify what you're doing. But my advice when it comes to design is that don't use some type of font that doesn't even actually make sense. It doesn't have to be too bold, especially when it comes to logo. Now, for someone like me that I've been designing for a while. I'm not a logo designer, and if I'm to design logo for anybody, I am a font type of logo. For example, now, if you are a logo designer, if you want to settle for being a logo designer, there are two parts in logo design. There's the part where you are only going to use font. There's a part where you have to create something, like illustrate something, design something to create a logo. For example, let me use, let's see, I'm just going to pick any type of font and let's create something. Now I want to, this is a text logo, just a text logo, just a text logo. Now I'm going to pick somebody's name, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to pick Aderemi Ayomide. Yes, so let's do that. Aderemi. I want to use Aderemi Ayomide to like just design something. So basically this is my text. Yeah, you can see copper black, it's on regular, it's bold, and this is your size. If you probably don't want to use here, you can just put your, you can see here, come here and just swipe. I want to increase the size to probably something big. Yeah, this is it. I want to show something, then select. I can go to my move to here. So I want to move it to the center. You can see that Photoshop will help you align it very well. Alignment in design is very important. The way you center images is very important. Text important. You can't create a design for a customer and you are putting it here. You see it's not well placed. There's a bit of much fault there. So you are creating a design, make sure everything is well centered and well aligned. One space between here and here should not be so long. You can see the way I'm moving it around. You can see the shape, you can see the size. It's showing me, okay, at this particular point 16 pixel, 43 pixel on each side. But I want to center this text, so I'm going to move it. As you can see here, it's showing me that it's already in the middle already. The line is showing me is in the middle. Then I want to keep it there. Then I think the name I was using is Aderemi. Okay, I'm going to create a different text again. Ayomide. So now we've not added any color yet. We've not added any color to this design. So I'm going to just look for a different font. Or let me use this. I'm going to make this one light. I'm going to reduce the size, and I'm probably going to move it here. Or again, you can choose to, because this is Ayomide and this is Aderemi, I can choose to say okay, let me do like this. Now when it comes to design, your creativity is very important in design. I can choose to delete this. Why? Because I want to write this A. If you do have any question, you can ask me, so I don't just talk. I can choose to have this here. And the reason I'm trying to do this is because there are A and A. There are A's in Aderemi and Ayomide already, so I just want to be creative about probably what I'm doing. Then I'm going to just move this here. Alright. Then the Ayomide. Okay. Alright, so we are on to something already. And I can decide to group it by Ctrl G, group everything, so I can move everything together. Okay, move it here. Group. I can move everything together to the middle. So basically, I've come up with a design, and you just have to be creative about what you're doing. This is just a font logo, simple. Just want to create something simple for somebody. Now we've not added any color. You can see, even with the fact that this is black and the background is white, it's still something I can save and show somebody that, okay, fine, this is a design that we are making for probably somebody. But if I probably want to use a different color to just make it nice, purple on, I think purple on black is good. So now I want to look for a color to make, just beautify this and make it nice, and I want to use purple for my background so I can make the design nice. So you can, as I said, you have Google to your disposal. You just go on Google, search for purple color code. That is it. So you're going to see bunch of colors in purple, and you can choose to pick anyone. You can see there are lots and lots of purple colors here. There are lots and lots of purple colors here, so you can choose anyone you probably want. Shows you the color code of the picture, and you're good to go. So I'm going to pick 330066 330066. Alright, so I want to pick a color for my background. I'm going to come to paint here. I'm going to come to paint here, and I'm going to come to this place, set foreground color. Then you tap it. It's going to bring you this color patchet for you to select whatever you want to do. So I think we had 330066, if I'm correct. If you want to talk, you can type in the message box of this app here of Google Meet. I'm going to see it, and this is a purple color already, so I can just use my paint bucket and just tap, and it's there already. So it depends on whatever you probably want to do. Let me check the message this person sent to us. Okay. Alright, to this person, Ayomide. Okay, Aderemi. Are you still in the call? Yes. So if you want to draw a rectangle, you don't need to come. The place you were selecting you're selecting a rectangular marquee tool. That's not what you're going to use for a rectangle shape. If you want to draw a rectangle shape, all you need to do is come to the rectangle part, rectangle tool, click on it, then draw your rectangle, then you're good. And you can change the color. Let me change it to white. Yes, and that is it. So basically we are done. So the reason is telling you that what does it say, that you can't use rectangle tool because it's that affected area. Once you are using this marquee tool, the section you are drawing is still empty, because you can notice it's a dotted line, and it's not even giving you any option to color. So if I probably tap away from it, it's going to give me a different prompt. It's not creating anything here. I can maybe just use it to cut something out. You get, I can use this particular thing I did to just cut something out. So use a rectangle tool, please, not the marquee rectangular tool. I don't know if you get me.
Yes, which one is the rectangle tool, please?
It is here. You can see rectangle tool. It is under rectangle tool. It's close to this hand here, this hand tool, on top of the hand tool. This is it here. Rectangle tool, rectangle, ellipse, triangle, polygon, whatever you want. The shape is there. Not this one, not up here. Not this rectangular marquee. All these ones, you can't use them to draw shapes. You can just use them to probably select something. Alright, so I picked what was it called? bucket. This is where I am. Alright, so I picked the purple color. Then now you can see that my design is a bit dark. I can't see anything in my design, so basically I can just come here, change the color of my font to white, so it's going to be bright. Select that, cancel, white. So the first thing you consider as a designer is the color you are going to use, the colors that will be catchy to what people are saying. White is catchy, purple is catchy, orange is catchy, red is catchy, orange is catchy. All those colors are bright, that once you spot it, you already want to see it. So basically, if I'm to save this design, then it makes sense already for me. It's something I can probably use for a while, so I probably want to rebrand again. This is a font logo. I'm not using any other thing again aside font, unless maybe I want to design something and just maybe beautify it again. Okay, you can use the polygon tool to like design whatever you want to design. You want to create probably a shape. So I don't know how many shape. Let me see, 6. No. So I can choose to design all these things, make it beautiful by probably designing this one by adding other things to it again. Or maybe, okay, now you want to design something, you want the background to probably show something even I missed the picture, so you can basically just hit on the background, then you click on open, then you look for, I don't know, any picture you probably want to add to it that you want the background to show. There are backgrounds you call background that has probably sort of designs like this. Then I can just where's my design? Let me close this. You don't need it anymore. I can just move it here, place it on this place, click on my show transform here up to resize it. Resize it. The reason is I want to do something that will probably make it, I don't know. So I can choose to reduce the opacity of the picture like this, so it does not show. Now the only reason I'm using this background is because I want all this alignment, all these shapes at the back of the background to just show on the design. So it's just probably going to make it look nice. So by reducing the opacity, you're going to see your color and you're still going to see your background. You can reduce the fill, so everything probably comes out fine. Then when you save it, so if you want to save anything, you come to file, you click as. Now one mistake we make is after making designs, you need to save as PSD first. PSD is the format for Photoshop. You come to save as, you look for the area you want to save it, then this is PSD, you save it as PSD. That is the format of all Photoshop files. So you save it as that, then you click save, then it's going to save on your computer. Then if you want to save it as a picture, you come to save as a copy, then the drop down, then you look for JPEG. This is it here, JPEG. Then you click on that, then you can save. So it's going to come out in the form of a picture on your laptop, then you can view it. Then the quality of the image will be very, very good, because in the beginning we used a resolution of 400. So basically this is just like a font logo. Yeah, a font logo. So basically if I want to now design this one, this person is AA already, right? So let me move this one downwards here. Let's say I want to design this and I just want to make it maybe nice, so I can just, let me create a rectangular shape. You can create a rectangular shape, and I want to do something that might be probably nice and not nice. So this is a rectangular shape, then I make it no shape. I want to stroke it. Stroking it is, you are making inside of the shape colorless, but you are making the edges of the shape so I want to stroke it by using white. Let me use color white. Yes, then I want to increase this. It's too much, it's too much. Let me use 3. Okay, let me use 4. I think that's fine. So I can, if you want to duplicate your image, you can just come here, duplicate layer. It's going to duplicate it for you, and I can move it out. What I want to do, this is what I want to do. I want to just make the design okay. Then I can group that by pressing Ctrl G. Then as you can see, I've made my design already. Now this is me just being creative because I don't want to use just font. So this person is Adiremi AA, so I can choose to say A and A, you get, or I just delete this, increase the size. Let me increase the size of this and put it inside this box. Let's resize it. So assignment is for you to go home, after this class you just create a font design. Just use font, use a nice color, use font and create a design, but it should not be like my own, please. Then I can duplicate this, my A here, and this is, yes, this is beautiful. Alright, then I group that and I can just resize, as you can see. So I can, let me center it very well, please. So basically this is a design, and I can just choose to bring this one down here, and if I save all these things, it's going to come out great because I've left the part, I've left the font size, I've designed a font logo, and I've also designed a font logo, and I've made a design. This is quick. Within how many minutes I'm done already. Within how many minutes I'm done already. It's only because I've been doing this for a while. But now we are starting with logo designs. Then once we meet again on Wednesday, we'll be doing flyer design. This is logo design. So you can, I don't know if everybody has a laptop. If you don't have a laptop, then there's going to probably be a slight issue. But this is, if you have a laptop and you have Photoshop on your laptop, then you can make a design with your name as a logo, but try not to replicate what I've done here. And if you don't have a laptop, you can come to Canva. Like I said, you can see this is Canva. I'm going to explain Canva quickly. This is Canva. You have a lot of things here that you can design. I've been using this before. I created this one, Ned Pips Pixel FX, with using Canva. This one too I did for myself using Canva. Canva is a ready-made design platform that gives you what you want, like a free template to design with. So if I probably come here, where's the search button, and I type on logo, if the network is not that bad, it's going to show you different type of logos. You can see it's giving me different type of logo options that you can design. You can just create an account, then you have so many options for you. It's going to give you, if it's logo you're looking for, flyer, just type it in the search box. It's going to give you so many design. Then you can pick anyone you think is okay for you and edit it. I don't know if I have much time. 13 minutes. Yeah, Canva is a bit slow. Canva is a bit slow, but everything on Canva is not free. Some are free while some are not free. Some are free while some are not free. I don't know why it's not loading. It's not my network, it's just the platform itself, because there are millions of people using Canva. But for those that don't have laptops or anything, you can go to canva.com, create an account, search on logo, and look for any template you probably think you like, that probably is nice, that is not that is free. Then click on it, edit it to create something of your own, then save it. I would have shown you if this one is not even slow. I don't know why it's slow, but it's easy. I might probably do a recording of it on my phone, a short video on my phone, if it's going to work on my phone, then send it to the group for those that don't have Photoshop. But for those that have Photoshop, you create a design and put something together for a logo. It does not necessarily mean it has to be so beautiful for the first time. It does not mean it has to be so nice for the first time. Please, regardless of what you're doing, just create something. Once I've created something, then you can post it on the group. Then I can tell you what you need to do, what you don't need to do, what you need to change. So briefly, if anybody has question, you can quickly ask me before the class comes to an end.
All right, thank you very much. Sir, can you hear me, sir?
I can.
Can I share my own screen?
You can't share your screen unless you just ask me the question you want to ask.
Okay, I just typed 3 words, and I drew 2 or 3 rectangles. But while I was trying to move, I think all of them, the text and
They are moving
the
together.
rectangle, they are moving together. So I don't really know.
Alright, this is it. Just look at my screen very well. Let me hide some of these things. Alright, I've reached that one. Alright, let me hide this. Now I'm on group 3 here because I've Ctrl G and I've grouped it. And most times when you want to move it, it's going to be moving individually instead for you to move together, right? Alright, so if you want to do that, you click on the group you are probably on. You come on top here, use this where my mouse is, auto select. You are going to see this drop down
I
group.
can't see your mouse. Sorry, I can't see the pointer.
You can't see my pointer here. This,
Okay.
yeah,
The auto select. Okay.
you are seeing it's
The layer of group.
yeah. So if you want to move them in group, you click on group. If you want to move them individually, then you click on layer. So if I open this and I click on one place, I'm going to just be able to move only one instead of both. But if I want to be able to move 2 of them, I have to just come here, click on group, then I can move both of them at the same time, like this. You understand? Both of them at the same time by yourself. Click on the group icon, then I can move everything by myself. But you have to come here first, change it to group, select it here, and move both of them. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
But the thing is still the same thing.
No, just before you select what you're moving, you first have to change this place first to either group or layer. If you want to move one thing, you click there, then you come back to what you want to move, then you select that particular thing, then you can now move it. But if I want to move as a group and I click on group, if I am still selecting one particular thing inside my group, I'm only going to be able to still move that one thing. But if I click on the folder itself, group 3 itself, then it means I'm picking everything and I've assigned it to move my group. Then once I put my mouse on it, I can move everything together by myself. So the first step is select whichever you want to move first, then come back to your layer sections where you have all your design setting up. Then click on that particular thing you want to move, or if it's a group, click on the group, then move it. But as much as you are going to practice and practice and practice, you will get used to all these things. You don't have to know it immediately. You understand? Alright, how many minutes? 8 minutes. Okay. Alright, what is a suitable app for designing on phone for those that don't? Alright, that's what I'm explaining. This is Canva here. Canva is here. I hope you can hear me, Miss Mary. Yes. Is she still in the? Alright, she's there. So this is Canva here. This is Canva. Canva.com. Create an account. You can find every type of design there. These are designs here. You can see. I clicked on logo. I searched for logo and it's giving me varieties of options. So you can choose anyone you probably want and design. Anyone you choose might be beautiful in your face is design. But notice one thing: once you come here and you are saying pro, then it means you cannot edit those ones because they are premium logos and you have to pay for those ones when you have upgrade to Canva Pro to access this template. But anywhere you don't see all those things, then you can easily click and edit them. For example, there's nothing in this black and white here, so I can just click it. It's going to pop out, you see, for me to design it. Then click on customize this template. You're going to take you to another section where you have to edit the template by yourself. So you can now choose anyhow you probably want the design to look like by yourself by changing whatever they've probably done before and turning it to your own. So that's a quick way for you to make money by yourself while you are even still learning. You have a ready-made template already that all you need to just do is edit and save, instead of going through the stress of starting from the scratch to design something. So while you are doing that and telling people you know how to design, going to Canva to design and give them and make your money, then you'll be learning the other part. You understand? This is what. And I'll be sharing us another app. I think on Friday I'm going to show us a mobile app that you can use to design on your phone, but it's not a template. It's an app that you can use to design on your phone from the scratch by yourself with your phone from the scratch. It's not Canva now, it's not Photoshop, but I'm going to screenshot the app to us. You can download it so that on Friday we can make use of that also. That one you will start from the beginning by yourself to design, to put every element together, your font, your rectangle, whichever, to make your design. So this is it. It has opened it already for us. 5 more minutes. It has opened everything for us here, as you can see, black and white. So you can just come here, choose what you want to do. I can tap on this black, then right dot on the white section, right dot again. And boom, this is the first one I did. I can choose to move it, you can see, to probably anyhow I probably would like it. This one I can choose to move this one too. Then I can choose to save it. Set up with it. So if I want to save this one, I've made my design already. Within seconds I've made my design already, you can see. But because this thing is still loading and I think Canva is lagging or something like that, you can save what you want to save, and once I'm done designing, you just save it by yourself. You come, there's somewhere here you see on your phone that you can save this particular thing here, and once you save it, it's your own design already, and it has a good quality. That is one thing about Canva, it has a good quality. So just edit and save. That is all when it comes to Canva. For those that don't have Photoshop or laptop or anything, you can use Canva to design something that is ready made. So that will be the end of this class. So you can use Canva to create a logo, then you can show me, and you can use Photoshop if you have it on your laptop, and you can also show me. Then from there we'll start from logo. I've started from logo. Then the next one, how you can flyer is very stressful, but you will get to it. Then branding itself, I'll explain how you can use Canva more, how you can use mobile phone to design, then I'll explain. So please Thank you for joining the class. Then we'll see you on, I think, when on Wednesday. Yes, on Wednesday, same time. So good night, everybody. Good night. Bye. Okay.